Welcome to the bold analysis. President Ruto's handlers and the intelligence chiefs and political advisors around him, he must get rid of that team, because an assertion that 2027 elections is going to be a very smooth ride is actually misplaced. And of course, it's not simply as they say. I want to show you how different strategies and advisories from different sectors that are advising the president are actually making a big mistake. Starting from his Kalenjin fellows to the Statehouse political advisors and all the way to the deep state and the intelligence, there is a total collapse of the whole system around William Ruto. And kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. I would want us to start here.
Kisha hakuna rais amewahi enda taa moja Kenya. Hatutakubali kufunga virago Nairobi kuja reserve. Hapana. Ama mulitutuma sisi tuende Nairobi turudi nyumbani. Si tu lazima tuamalize 10 years. Maiona rais anaenda one time. Hata wakati Kibaki alipata shida, si alifanya ukarabati mpaka akarudi kwa kiti. Mimi nataka niwahakikishie, ukienda coast, uende northeastern, uende mpaka hapa western Luo Nyanza na hapa Rift Valley, hii yote asubuhi na mapema, before hata 90 minutes ishe, William Ruto atakuwa amekuwa re-elected with over 90% of votes cast in the Republic of Kenya. Ukiona hawa kama akina Karua, akina Kalonzo, hawa ni watu wanaweza shindana na William Ruto. Hata ukiketi tu nyumbani upime tu wanaweza shinda William Ruto. Kwanza hawatakubaliana candidate, hawatakubaliana chama, hawatakubaliana sera. Sisi mpango yetu itatusaidia ni Rais William Ruto amalize hii kazi 2 years, ile kazi William atafanya 2 years.
This is none other than Cherargei saying no president has ever served one term, and so just thumping about how they must get a second term. It is fairly true that no president has ever served one term, especially in Kenya. But we must also be alive to the fact that the country is evolving. This level of chest thumping, and these are some of the people that needs to leave President Sako. It is in the same measure that even Oscar Sudi was saying, kura isipotosha watajaza. This is working against the president. And one of the reasons, here is a reason why William Ruto needs to run away from closest microphone when in public.
Mimi ninajua ya kwamba nimepatiwa kazi na wananchi wa taifa la Kenya. Na hiyo kazi nimepatiwa, najua mtihani ni 2027. Na hiyo mtihani ya 2027 sipangi kuanguka hiyo mtihani. Hiyo mtihani ya 2027 mimi najua vile nitapita hiyo mtihani. Kwa sababu mlianiambia nirekebishe kilimo. Na hiyo kilimo nimerekebisha. Chai inalipa better, kahawa inalipa better, fertilizer nimeteremsha chini, maziwa inalipa better. Sio ndio mtihani? Muliniambia niunganishe stima. In 5 years tutakuwa tumeunganisha 1.2 million people. Muliniambia nirekebishe elimu. Elimu nimenyorosha CBC, nimeajiri walimu 76,000. Niko na funding model mpya ambaye imeokoa ma university karibu 23 ilikuwa imecollapse. Hiyo program inaendelea mzuri. Tulikubaliana na nyinyi mambo ya kupanga ajira ya vijana. Hiyo ajira inasonga pale kwa affordable housing, inasonga kwa mambo ya market, inasonga kwa mambo ya digital jobs, inasonga kwa mambo ya export of labor. Mimi niko na scorecard ambaye itadhihirisha wazi ya kwamba hiyo kazi ya kupanga ajira ya vijana nimetekeleza. Muliniambia nipange mambo ya afya. Mambo ya afya ndio hii. Hakuja kuwa na watu milioni 21 wamesajiliwa katika mpango ya afya. Kufikia sasa, jana, watu 21.
A clique of president's advisors who tell him that your way to win 2027 is through the cooked facts and figures. The digital jobs that the president is talking about are not, the people cannot seem to see. In fact, those who should be talking about the digital jobs are actually the beneficiaries, not the president talking about them. The labor migration is turning out to be a big scam. 6 months after some people even trained to go and get some jobs in Europe, they are yet even to get the said jobs. And someone telling the president that when you parade what is allegedly the cooked figures about what you've achieved, that development track record is not there, however much you try to cook it. The second group that is also misleading the president and causing the clash is the other group that tells him that you need to crush broad-based dissidents so that you get Nyanza votes. In fact, the Western votes. In fact, I'm convinced that Raila Tosha this time round might not carry along all the 4 Nyanza counties. It might not carry along Kisumu, Siaya, Migori, and Homa Bay. It will actually carry along Homa Bay. Migori, Siaya, and Kisumu is very delicate. And someone said, and there is a voice in Nyanza that is saying that the direction is not right. Right direction Raila Odinga is not taking is right. After James Orengo confronted the president in Siaya during the George Raila's bodyguard burial, my MP Sam Atandi, while speaking in parliament, decided to descend on Orengo.
We are in government and we are participating in creating policies for this government, and we are supporting this government inside, outside parliament, wherever we are. I want to tell my governor, the Governor James Orengo, Honorable Speaker, yes. Last weekend we were at a funeral in Siaya when the president came to condole with us. And my governor made certain remarks that were really distasteful. I want to tell Governor Orengo that Lubos were not created to stay in opposition. I know that he has been in opposition since he was born, and that there's nothing else he understands other than opposition. He is a poor manager. The country that he's supposed to run is doing badly. We want to urge him to focus on running Siaya County. That is the job he has been given to do. The affairs of the country now, the president is doing very well, is in charge, and some of us are also holding positions that are assisting the country to move forward. Let Governor Orengo focus on Siaya affairs. Let him stop poking his noses on the affairs of national government. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, Governor Orengo is also a governor who is interested in affairs of national government and is always begging President Ruto to help him finish his projects. I am aware that he's begging the president to help him.
Honorable Atandi, let's be careful because this member is not here. That governor is not here.
I want to say that, let me conclude, Honorable Speaker, by saying that we want to plead with our members, wherever they are, that this is the moment we have to transform the country, all of us. And the appointments which the President Ruto is doing and giving to our members of ODM, especially the former organized secretary of the ODM party, Honorable Abdisalan, who has now been made a permanent secretary. These appointments are going to help the country solidify and make our country stable, make our country prosper.
And of course, it is right to say you can oscillate around parliament to shout as several times, we are in government, we are in government. But this time round, it won't work because the big question is not saying we are in government, is what are we getting from it? What can you show for it? You know, you not go to tell the people we are in government while it is you and your relatives that have gotten jobs and tenders here and there. While there is no big new project you can pinpoint and say, like in Alego Usonga, you need to go and show us one project that has been birthed by We Are in Government Battalion. And I even saw there is another caucus calling themselves Ramogi Professional. I don't know if it's Ramogi Professional Dancers or Professional, I don't know what, saying that Orengo should be impeached because of disrespecting Raila.
By telling Governor Orengo that Governor Orengo, you behaved badly. You embarrassed us and you embarrassed our leaders. You embarrassed Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga at his lowest moment when a friend had come to mourn with him. You embarrassed the President of the Republic of Kenya, whom as a community we recognize and we respect. We demand that you apologize to Right Honorable Raila Odinga and to the President. And on our behalf, as the Ramogi Professional Caucus, as a caucus of professionals from the region, we tender our sincere apology to Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and to the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Now there is also that, and that is the other clique of advisors telling him, you know, you need to fatten this Raila team. I saw the speeches by Orengo and the speeches by Orengo and Sifuna, and some serious political observers will tell you that Sifuna and Orengo cannot speak that if that is not organized by Raila. The other issue is a deep state team that is having an intelligence-led operation to crush the political opponents, Rigathi Gachagua. And I'm telling you, any attempt to crush Rigathi is going to backfire. Why? Look at this rally in Mlolongo.
Watu ya Mlolongo muko tayari? Mimi na ndugu yangu Kalonzo Musyoka na Eugene Wamalwa na George Natembeya na Fred Matiang'i tumeanza safari ya kufukuza kasongo ya nyumbani. Mlolongo muko tayari? Mlolongo muko tayari? Pale kwa Mlima Kenya tumefukuza kasongo yamekwenda kabisa. Mnafukuza hapa. Kasongo aende asiende. Aende asiende. Atembee asitembee. Ni muongo si muongo. Nani ameharibu uchumi? Nani ameiba mali ya Wakenya? Nani ameua watoto? Nani amehangaisha Wakenya? Nani anasumbua watoto wetu wa shule? Aende asiende. Aende asiende.
Now that tells you that Rigathi is not a child's play. And going after Rigathi is actually boosting his profile and drawing more numbers around him. I agree. However much you can spend the whole day and the whole week reminding the country the way Rigathi is tribal. That line is tired. Because even the ones saying Rigathi is tribal are struggling to organize themselves along some ethnic lines. That is why Ruto then should go and pick a running mate from Turkana, because he's not tribal. The other issue is the team on economic outlook. There is a team that goes around the president and tells the president that economy is doing well. This team will always cook figures about how many people have been given jobs, how many, I don't know how paid our debts, how which roads are going to make. And due to this outlook, the president finds himself making more promises and more commitments in public. While if you listen to this video from Malala, you'll understand that the next 2 years, we even have to cough 60 billion to go to IBC, and our fiscal space is not looking very good.
2.3 trillion. Bilioni karibu trilioni moja inaenda kwa mshahara. Tunabaki na trillion. Milioni 650 kwa hiyo inaenda kwenye devolution. Tunabaki na 700 something. Bado hatujalipa deni ambayo inafaa tuwe tunalipa ya kitaifa. Bado operations. Tutapata wapi pesa ya kufanya hii promises zote? And apart from 172 promises, bado tuko na presidential pronouncements. Zile ambazo wanasimama juu ya gari anasema haya barabara hii chini ya wiki 3 tutaanza. Alienda kwenye kanisa kule Kayole. Akasema watu wakienda Christmas wakirudi watapata barabara. Please. Ama alikuwa anaongelea Christmas ya 2026.
Zuri umekuwa naye karibu. Ila umelizungumzia swala la kanisa na ikanikumbusha na ahadi zake Rais William Ruto. Ikanikumbusha kitu kikubwa ambacho Rais William Ruto wakati wa maandamano ya Gen Z alihakikisha kwamba ametaja kwenye runinga za kitaifa na taifa hili ni kwamba hakutakuwepo na ile michango na masuala ya kupiga siasa kanisani. Ni jambo ambalo limerejea kwenu viongozi pande zote mbili. Na nikawa ningefikiria unaona ni vyema kuendelea katika njia ambayo tulio ndani yake?
Mimi nakwambia
katika masuala ya kanisa na siasa.
Tuko na shida ya uongozi. Rais mwenyewe ndo anatangaza kwamba alitangaza kwamba hakuna mtu atatoa mchango wote kwenye kanisa na harambee yote. Sasa hivi yeye tena ndio anasema hakuna mtu atamkataza kutoa pesa. Sasa yeye alijikataza, he is arguing with himself. Ni nani alitoa hiyo decree kwamba hakuna mtu kutoa pesa kwenye kanisa? Si ni yeye mwenyewe? Na ni nani anatoa pesa saa hii? Si ni yeye mwenyewe? Nani anapinga anasema kwamba atazidi kutoa pesa kwenye kanisa? Si ni yeye? So William Ruto is arguing with William Ruto.
Uzuri ni kwamba amesema yeye na anaendelea pia yeye, lakini nyinyi pia mmerudisha.
Lakini sisi
siasa kanisani. Ninajua mpo upinzani.
Sio siasa kanisani.
Wale ambao
tunasema mambo ya mchango katika kanisa. Wewe niambie sisi hakuna pesa tunatoa kwenye kanisa. Hakuna? Na hata kama tunatoa hatutangazi. Tunakuja tunatoa kama sadaka ya kawaida. Yeye ana insist. Juzi mliona naibu wa rais Kindiki akifukuza wanahabari wakisema kwamba sasa wanahabari watoe kwenye cameras wanataka kutoa pesa. Kama wewe ni naibu wa rais na unajidanganya wewe mwenyewe, kwa sababu hiyo decree ni ya serikali, alafu unasema kamera itoke unataka kutoa mchango, inamaanisha wewe mwenyewe una maadili kama kiongozi kuamini kile ambacho unasema. So kidogo ningependa kuambia Wakenya vile nimekuambia, we have a deficit of leadership in the current administration. Na ni lazima tuyabadilishe hayo maneno.
Kuna serikali ya broad based na ambayo iko na experts kutoka upande wa ODM na ambao wanasema kwamba watabadilisha maneno katika taifa hili. What do you think of broad based government?
Na watakia mema. Chenye najua ni serikali ni moja na serikali hiyo inaenda nyumbani. Kama watajipata kwa hii serikali 2027 wataenda nyumbani. Wakenya wamechoka na kudanganywa. Wakenya wamechokwa na kuambiwa kwamba huyu mtu ni mbaya. Juzi tunakumbuka wakati wa Gen Z, Raila alisema haezi ongea na mtu ambaye kuna damu kwenye mikono. Ningependa kumuuliza hiyo damu yeye ndo alienda kupanguza hiyo damu ikaisha? Kidogo tunataka tubadilishe huu uongozi. Huu uongozi ambao umekuwa tangu tupate uhuru ni uongozi ambao umekuwa kudanganya watu. We must have fresh leaders who can say the truth.
Na Malala ni
stand with the truth.
Fiscal space is very tight. These characters tell the president all is well. Now let me tell you, from this, I've seen the president very optimistic about how things are going to look. But if you look at the three crises that William Ruto will face, the first one is the messaging crisis. When you try to portray that I have achieved what I promised, while the people feel you've not, you are tempted to bring new promises. You are tempted to bring new promises. And that is where the reality is going to caught up with you. Because if you're trying to say, I have achieved, there is an attempt to bring a finality to what I've achieved in first term. The country is going to ask, where are those projects? Yes, they are complete. Where are they? Where are those roads? You're saying road from here to here. Where is it? The second issue is president is not keen on 2027 dynamics and is sticking to the old tribal playbook. That tribal playbook of, if I take tribe A and get tribe B so that I can beat tribe C, that playbook is not going to be very strong because of the voting dynamic. There are people going to vote for the first time who were born in 2006. They don't know. They don't even know their mother tongue. Those characters are going to queue if they decide to. The other issue problem is crushing dissidents is even going to arouse voters against the state. And when that is in the ballot, it makes an election a safety. We want to be safe. So to be safe, remember when someone is saying, who are you safe with? It is going to make elections day and die. Things are tough. I believe this messaging of I'm going to win it, we have to get first term, that kind of chest thumping is not going to help the situation. Thank you.